Whose idea was this?
Do we still do a live show?
Someday.
I thought it was live to tip.
Live?
Jeff?
Yeah. Roll the tape.
Sup?
What? such a strong greeting there from Tree. What's up, everybody? Hi.
Hi.
I'm not awkward at all.
Oh, dude, I can make it super awkward and creepy. Don't get me started.
I do not underestimate your level of creep. Welcome to Clickbait Sports, everybody. It is Thursday, August 29th. We have a special guest today who's going to join us in a little bit. We are what are we a week away from NFL football? The thing that we've been waiting for. And it's been an exciting offseason. The preseason has wrapped up, and unfortunately, there is the cost of doing business, how we say, is NFL players getting cut over the last week or two, and it's a very, it's one thing when you see new players making rosters. It's also a sad thing when you see players getting cut, and you often forget about the human side of the NFL, where this is a guy's livelihood. Like there's been a lot of dunking on Kadarius Toney, someone like me who never liked the pick, but he's a dude. He's a guy that is probably emotionally hurt from potentially losing his job. So that's one aspect of the NFL I think that's often overlooked. And we have someone that can give us some perspective into that in NFL punter Drue Chrisman.
Oh, fuck. I was hoping it was Patrick Mahomes. I was hoping
Okay.
I was hoping.
Bring him on and get his thoughts and perspective. Drew, how you doing?
Yeah, Patrick Mahomes has a little bit more job security than ever did, ever will. So I wish it was Patrick too for you guys. But no, you got a punter, so you take what you can get.
So Drew, sorry. I'm sure you get that all the time. Drew, can you introduce yourself to the audience here and
Sure.
Just tell us a little bit who you are, your experience, and just a little bit about yourself?
Sure. Yep. My name is Drue Chrisman. As mentioned, I played college at Ohio State. I was a 4-year punter there, and then signed with the Bengals after my tenure with Buckeyes, and I was with them in Cincinnati from 2020 to 2023, and now we're still kicking. The leg is still for hire, but at the moment, I think you see in the background here, we're moving. So I just started a brand new moving company here in the tri-state area, and it's been 3 weeks into it now and off to a hot start. And we're having a lot of fun with that. But yeah, you never know. I've worn a lot of different hats over my career and seen definitely the peaks and the valleys of football. And I think I just tallied up the other day how many times I was cut during my professional football career, and it's in the double digits. So,
Wow.
Lots of highs, lots of lows. Yeah, it's NFL, not for long. So I've seen that through and through.
I have to ask you before we get into the other stuff, like when you get cut, and you just said double digits, do you ever get used to it, or does it just sting like every time?
It depends on the situation. But bulk of those, I kind of saw them coming. Like I was on the practice squad. I lived very close to the facility, and I was just the fringe guy. If they needed a DB or a tight end that game, then that they would let go. But then also there's the ones where you finally break through and you make the active roster, and then also at the end of the year they draft the guy to replace you, and you're looking for a job again. Right when you think like, all right, I put in the work, did the practice squad thing, made the active roster, and then now I'm back at square one again. Those hurt a little bit more for sure, but you get to. It's sad, but you do kind of get used to it and almost expected at a certain point. But in the specialist world as a punter, it's kind of a carousel. I mean, you hear about that in other positions, but in as a kicker or a punter or snapper, it's so much of it is about timing and the right spot, right situation. That happens a lot more frequently in our position than, say, a quarterback or receiver of sorts. But I mean, it happens. It's definitely getting cut is no stranger in to any position.
Okay, so speaking of that, so you got cut, and then you had a tryout with the Washington Commanders, and you made a little video. Where I'm gonna go ahead and play it for the audience, and then we're gonna ask.
Please do. Any more people that can see this for the Commanders?
His life is good, and it keeps getting better. When I know it made the weather good, and it keeps getting greater. Got some stuff that happens later. I'm not sad today. Every day with you is like Saturday. It's good, and it keeps getting better. When you work all things together. See a rainbow. If it weren't for pain, then we never would be thankful. We all got our own ways, but we in the same boat. Put your hands up to the sky if someone came and found you and opened up the truth that everything around me was made to worship. His life is good.
I mean, that food looked pretty good. I mean, like, if there's anything, at least, like, it looked pretty solid.
Oh, I mean, yeah, I mean,
the Cardinals would charge you for that, so.
Shoot, you would have thought the Bengals would have not too long ago. Yeah, that was, I've had a lot of fun. I've always kind of made videos, even back in my college days, whether it be bottle flipping or just kind of documenting everything that's happened. But I've really enjoyed documenting the free agency and the NFL process because I think it puts out a different perspective than, like you guys touched on at the beginning. Like, this is real people's lives, and it's not just you see it in the paper and Kadarius Toney gets cut and it's like, all right, well, it is what like that's a family. There's a lot of people that go in behind that, and you saw my wife and my kid at the end. Not only has I've gotten cut 10 times, they've got cut 10 times as well. So, I mean, It is an emotional roller coaster, and I've had a lot of fun documenting kind of that series of a sorts during this free agency process. And I haven't had any bad feedback until I went to the Commanders. They told me to take that video down. I'm sure you might have been touching on that in a little bit. And that might have even been how you found me, because that kind of blew up when they reached out to me. And I'm at the point now where I'm like, I'm not – you can say what you want, NFL, but I'm going to do things on my own terms. If you want to be a part of that, then so be it.
I've got to know, what did they think was particularly takedown worthy in that video? Like, it's so good from start to finish. Like, I don't see anything that an NFL team would get upset about.
They never gave me any specific details, rightfully so, because they didn't have anything to complain about. If anything, it had to be maybe promoting I put some business cards there. That was the only thing I could think of. But everything else, I've shown way more inside a facility. I was there briefly, and they rushed me through the whole process. I mean, I was in and out of that place in 2 hours and back on a plane home. So was able to document the little bit of the time that I was there. But I don't know. It's from my initial response, it was all positive. And then once they told me to take it down, and I showed that they wanted me to take it down, the PR, it flipped on them a little bit. And so they got a kind of a bad rap recently for that. But they've left me alone since, and probably intelligently so. Yeah,
they had their Disney Plus moment right there. They did a FAFO with you on that. I gotta ask. So now you had that tryout. Are you waiting by the phone? What does your typical day look like while you're in this sort of lull between, wondering whether your career is going to go on and having moving trucks in the background there?
Yeah, this rectangular box that I'm holding right now, my cell phone, kind of really just controls my life. And those workouts right there, it is very much quick. I could get a call right after we hang up here, and all of a sudden I'm in LA or I'm in, Dallas. I mean, it is almost 48-hour turnaround where I'm at right now to where I could be straight back here running. Probably even quicker than that. Realistically, probably like 36 hours. It is a very quick turnaround where something could pop off, and I'm somewhere I need to be in that regard. In terms of what's next, I don't know. We'll see if anybody wants me to work out again after the whole fiasco with the Commanders thing blow up. Maybe 31 teams might say, no, that's a distraction. Or like, actually, this is an entertainment business. If this guy wants to make videos that are promotional towards our company and bring more eyeballs to our organization, maybe it wouldn't be a bad idea to give this guy a shot. He could actually be a good locker room personality of sorts.
I think
we'll see.
The Eagles, the Giants, or the Cowboys should call you. Division rivals. I did have a lot of Eagles fans reach out. They were like, we wouldn't mind a little hate on those guys in the locker room. So, yeah, we'll see. I don't know. We're still training, lifting furniture, staying active. And if I get that call, I get that call. So I'm getting my workout in. How do you stay in punting shape? Do you have like a regiment? Like how often do you got to drop bombs somewhere? Like go to a school, just blast footballs into the air? And how do you fine tune that if you're trying to make a roster? Like what are you working on to do all those things?
Yeah, I mean, there's a million different things you can get better. Consistency, strength, hang time, distance. I mean, I spent majority of my career refining my punting skills. I mean, over a decade of eat, sleep, breathe, be the best punter that I possibly can be. And I honestly thought the calls were going to stop coming. And all of a sudden the UFL this past spring gave me an opportunity. I spent some time with the Birmingham Stallions. They went on to win the championship there. And it took me, I hadn't kicked in probably a month, 2 months at that point. Really thought it was done. Started getting this thing rocking and rolling. And then all of a sudden I found myself down in Arlington, Texas, learning how to punt again. And that was the first test. I was like, all right, well, how long is this actually going to take for me to get back to the swing thing? It took me a week. And I was like, all right, we're back. I mean, at the point, the amount of reps that I've done in, they say 10,000 hour rule till you're a master. I have far surpassed that in terms of out on the field, not necessarily kicking the ball, but in terms of the drill work, weight room, all that stuff. I mean, I can almost do it blindfolded at this point. As far as the little details, it would take me a couple practices just to refine some things. Even those workouts that I went to, I probably hadn't kicked the ball in a couple weeks here. And I felt it's like riding a bike at this point with the amount of reps that you have to put in to get this kind of level of skill. So I'm pretty confident if anybody gives me a call right now today,
let's do it, NFL.
I would have it figured out.
Can I give you a piece of advice?
Shoot.
Put together a highlight reel of you tackling guys. Because if you could be the best tackling punter, that's like an extra dimension.
My first punt in the UFL ended with me tackling the guy to the ground. So
there you go.
There you go. Edit that from different angles.
I was a punter. All right. So I check out my high school huddle highlights. The first 6 clips are me tackling someone on kickoff. So
nice.
I was not afraid to stick my pencil neck nose in there.
Is punting like a tight-knit community, between you and the other,
are all punters on a group text?
Yeah. Is there a
Discord
of punters that you guys, get up and and I also want to know, what's it like? I would assume that you have other punting friends. What's it like competing against them? And do you ever find yourself secretly hoping a guy gets injured so that you will get a call?
It's a lot to unwrap there.
Yes.
I'll start at the top there. Do we have a secret punter group chat? Yes and no. I trained down in Birmingham, Alabama, which is funny enough. That's where this is a franchise booming company. That's where the franchise is actually located. So it was kind of funny when I went down this path. And I trained down there since I was about in high school. And ever since then, there has been majority of the league goes down there kind of right after the 4th of July. And we all go down there, compete, train together, and do the whole thing for a week or 2 weeks down there. So I have gotten to know the majority of the guys at this level that can do it at this level, and I've got to compete against them and train with them basically every year. This was the first year that I didn't go down there. Actually, I've been going down there consistently since I was in high school. So it's a small world. It's there's 32 jobs in the world, and realistically there might be 60 guys that can actually do it at that level at any given time. And I know the greater bulk and majority of those guys. So it's such a niche inside a niche. Special teams and then punting. You see these guys out through camps all growing up, and then you actually get in the NFL. And there's only one guy on the team, so it's not like you got to learn a whole bunch of a receiving room or sort. So it's a small world in the really special teams as a whole community: kickers, punters, snappers. I forget exactly what your next question was there, but
it was, do you ever root for your friends? Like, do you ever secretly be like, oh, dude, like you're like, I feel bad for that guy, but please phone start ringing, please.
No, not necessarily. You never hope for that. Especially you never hope a guy, goes out there and shanks a kick or punt. That's the worst thing that could happen. You never root for that, but if that opportunity does come, that call could be coming the next day. You might be going in for a workout. So it's just the nature of the business, especially early on in the season. That's when a lot of those calls come for the injury, more so the first couple of weeks, because they usually give a guy about 3 weeks until they see like, all right, can this guy figure it out? Maybe he has a slow start. By week 3, they're like, all right, is this going to be our guy? Are we sticking with them throughout the rest of the session here? So.
I know for your you had a brief stint with the Bengals back in 2022, and they actually went on a deep playoff run during the whole time. So I was just wondering, like, how was that like going through that and potentially making a Super Bowl? Like, what was that feeling like?
But with the Bengals?
Yes, I know you were in a bit of a playoff run there. How did it feel like to be like really close to a Super Bowl? What was that like?
That was exciting, especially growing up a Bengals fan. I'd seen it all. And the lows, and then I was in the locker room for the highs. So that Super Bowl season, that was my rookie year. Maybe I was a good luck charm. I don't know. We'll see. I do like to think everywhere I've gone, Ohio State, the Stallions, the Bengals, anybody that's actually taken a shot on me, even high school. I was a back-to-back state champion my last 2 years. I can count probably on both my hands how many career losses I started a game in my hundreds of games that I played in. I was very fortunate in my whole football career that I played on. But beside the fact, back to your question, I was on the practice squad, so I didn't get a great sense, and it was COVID as well. So, it was an exciting run, but it wasn't like I was out there playing. I was watching at home on TV because practice squad guys didn't get to go travel to games. I didn't get to go to the Super Bowl or anything in that regard. So it was exciting just because I was a Bengals fan, but it wasn't any more exciting because I wasn't, on the field with them. I didn't even get an AFC championship ring. I was just counting all the cards kind of fell. We moved back to the AFC championship the following year. And then speaking of Patrick, he ended up going on and winning it, as you guys know. So little anticlimactic there. I'm sorry, not the exact answer you would have been looking for, but that's the goal at the end of the year, get to the Super Bowl, and they got a pretty good shot at doing that again. So we'll see. I do a post-game show for the Bengals now. They like me enough to at least stick me on TV after the games. So now I'm sitting up in the press box eating Skyline. If I don't have a job this season. So life's not too bad. I'm still around the sport a little bit, but Is
Do you think you
Awesome.
could punt after eating Skyline chili, or do you got to wait like 45 minutes? Like swimming?
you know, I never punted after Skyline. I punted after Gold Star though.
Oh.
I don't recommend. Don't.
That's a gamble, is what you're
That's a
saying.
gamble.
That's
I
a
went
big
down the
gamble.
burger and the shake route. Yeah, it was not my best session. I'll tell you that much.
All right, so what's next for Drue Chrisman, and where can we find you on socials? Where should we find you?
There we go.
There it is.
You remember? That is kind of what's next. That's my day job at the moment, getting this thing rocking and rolling. We're fortunate. It's been a great start here. What is next for me? I don't know. This weekend, I'm flying down to Atlanta. I'm hanging out with Cam Newton. He had offered me some kind of job. I don't know what's going to look like. That's why I'm flying. That's why he's flying me out down there. I've spoken to him briefly over the phone. We'll see exactly what he envisions my role being, as I started a company, have a 2-year-old, and then another baby girl coming next month. My life could go a million different ways at the moment. We're just kind of exploring what's out there at the moment. And yeah, we'll see. I could get a call right after I hang up with you guys here and play for the Jets for 10 years. I mean, you never know. And I've come to just expect the unexpected. Anytime my wife and I were laughing about this the other day, like anytime we've made the active roster and started like, all right, this is our 5-year plan. Once we do this is our path we're going to be on. God laughs. That's a saying my dad always said growing up. You make plans, God laughs. And so we're just going with the flow right now. Whatever opportunity comes apart my way, I'm kind of saying no to saying no. So we'll see what comes next.
I like that.
We're hustling the whole time. So
There you go.
so if you need someone to move, I got time right now, and we got trucks. So let's make it happen.
Tom, you need a mover, don't you, Tom?
That's true. Going to Wisconsin next year.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna post your Instagram.
Yeah, Instagram.
I'm gonna post your
Definitely check out Instagram. I'm active there. You get I answer a lot of questions. If you ever has any questions, I'm very, very open in that regard. But yeah, it's we'll see. Follow along. That's how you'll find out.
Nice.
All right. Best of luck. Keep in touch, and hopefully maybe someday we'll have you back.
Thanks, Drew.
All right. I appreciate it, guys. Thanks so much.
Good luck, Drew.
All right.
Yeah.
Yep. Appreciate it.
Go move those boxes and punt those balls.
Dude, that's pretty cool, because I think I saw I think I found his video because Cam Newton retweeted it or something, and they were talking about the video, and Cam was like, we need to talk to that guy because I love what he did, and it sucks what the Commanders told him to take it down. Like, so the fact that they're following through and bringing him down, because I believe Cam Newton has a production company now. He's doing his show there through his YouTube channel and all that stuff. So very cool.
Oh yeah, absolutely, man.
Oh, somebody just got a 50 bomb here.
Where's the Colonel?
Someone's gonna get punished bad.
The Colonel. The
That's right.
Colonel.
What was I gonna say? Okay, I guess what we can do is kind of talk about if our teams had any notable cuts.
Yep.
Because we are mentioning guys that got cut. The only thing that disappointed me in Drew was that in his video he did not make eye contact with the camera when he ate the banana. That was disappointing.
No, he's got to pull the hair back and then do it.
Yeah, you have to. If you're gonna eat a banana on camera, you have to look longingly into the camera's eyes when you do it.
Is that how you get views?
Yes, that's how you do it. All right. Brandon, start with your team. Were any guys cut that you were like, whoa, hey?
Nope. I knew every single one that was getting cut. I agreed with every one of them because Sean Payton doesn't make mistakes.
So what about Tim Patrick? I know you were kind of upset.
There's one I
that.
might have disagreed with, but I'm actually happy that Timmy P went to the Lions. So I think he went to an upgraded situation. He put in his time, and now I hope he wins a Super Bowl with the Lions, and they are going to be my Super Bowl pick. So I do agree with that one. Yep. Stand by what I said, the first part of what I was saying.
Yeah, a lot of guys are landing on their feet, fringe guy. Like, I think when I was watching the Denver game, like a lot of the announcers were saying, it's going to be tough to cut a lot of players in Denver because there's a lot of good football players on their roster. Unfortunately, the Giants did not have that problem.
Yeah. This one, we knew Samaje was probably gone, but then those Chiefs signed him. Gosh darn it. That I did not like.
Now they needed to replace Clyde Edwards-Helaire, who
He
may
could've
or
went
may
anywhere.
not be injured for a little bit.
Piran could have went anywhere. Stuck a dagger right and probably Bengals fans are like, what? Why Samaje? You were a huge reason we upset the Chiefs. Now he's there to break all of our hearts.
And speaking of which, the Steelers actually cut his brother LaMichael Piran. He didn't make the roster. So
oh wow. Dang. I think we've got the most roster cuts. Let's talk about Russell Wilson being named starting quarterback and Justin Fields today. Mike Tomlin said Justin Fields is going to play week 1. They better expect some packages with Justin Fields out on the field. Finally, Tree.
Hey, this is how we ride, baby. We got a big matchup in week 2 against a certain Denver Broncos team. Oh, that's going to be spicy. So, Russell Wilson, all the drama, all the memes. Arthur Smith going back to Atlanta week 1. Oh, dude, it's good. I mean, our offense is a mess right now. Justin Fields keeps fumbling the football. Russell Wilson's been nursing injury. But you know something? 9-win season. Let's go. Let's go.
The Delulu in
I say delusional. It's just like
win.
it doesn't matter. We just
Has any team using a 2 quarterback system ever succeeded? Right, like with the Taysom Hill or the Cordell Stewart, like any team bringing in a spell or wildcat quarterback, it's never worked. Like it's not going to work. Like Tomlin saying that Justin Fields is going to play sounds very white flaggish in Steeler country.
Justin Fields has use though, especially with his feet.
For what? Like if he's only good for a couple gimmick plays, then why isn't he good all the time? I will never get that logic of bringing in another quarterback or some, like let's give him a different look. Like it doesn't matter. Like if that means that your looks probably just suck and you're just giving them a worser look than what you're used to. I don't buy it.
I mean, hey, Taysom Hill has had his moments in New Orleans. Just saying.
Yeah, but when is it? How many playoff? Did they make a Super Bowl? Did they win a Super Bowl? Stop, 22 Wolves. Stop bringing in logic and facts. I do not accept the reality.
They should bring in Tommy DeVito, not just for a new look, but maybe for a better quarterback play. Just saying.
Nick,
Tommy DeVito did make the roster, by the way.
He did make the roster. I was surprised by that. I was only upset with Isaiah Hodgins, the 6th or 7th receiver. He was quite effective last year. He's a guy that just got open and caught balls. But other than that, there were no real surprises. I am surprised that Isaiah Simmons made the Giants roster. Yeah. We are that desperate for linebacker help. I guess with Micah McFadden being a little banged up there, just like, all right, we can just keep Simmons, an Arizona Cardinals castaway. But, I just have no faith in the Giants this year. 6 wins, baby. 6 wins, and I don't know how they win 6.
That's cool.
Here's a fair question. Daniel Jones, Bo Nix, or the Russell Wilson, Justin Fields combo? Who has the best stat line in that? And Tree gets both of Fields and Wilson for that.
Fields, Wilson. I would say that because the Giants don't have an offensive line, and Bo Nix is still a rookie, and it doesn't have much around him.
Bo Nix is going to.
What do you mean?
90%.
What defines a best stat line? Just on paper, like touchdown, INT, yards, like
yards, touchdown to interception.
You have to remember last year, Russell Wilson in Denver, his stat line was deceiving, but it was decent.
It was deceivingly good.
Yeah, and they fixed him, quote unquote.
I have a hot take.
Sean made
somebody got a Hondo, not me.
Craft 100. I have a hot take. I think Bo Nix will actually have the best stat line because he's going to have the most opportunity to play and put up numbers. Like they're gonna card him out every game. Daniel Jones will miss at least 2 games due to injury, and so will Russ. Like Russ will get banged up. So I would think that Nix, his youth, quote unquote youth, will. I mean, he's already 32 or whatever, but I think he'll just have the opportunity. None of this group of 3 is going to put up great stats, but out of the 3 sort of mediocre to less than average, like I think Bo Nix probably has the potential to put up the best stat line. 2,700 yards, 25 TDs, and say 15 INTs. That'll still be better than what Daniel Jones puts up.
He'll have the lowest interception total. He'll have the lowest interception total.
I don't know about that.
If Russ starts all year, it'll be close there. Russ is pretty good at not throwing picks.
Yeah,
he's
like
gonna
minus 2022, but I mean that's the thing. It's just
he's taking sacks.
That's the problem. Our offensive line has questions.
I'll just take a sack. That's way better than an interception. Tom, what do you think?
Russell Wilson
will have the best stat line? No, who out of the 3 will have the best stat line? Bo Nix, Russell Wilson / Fields, or Daniel Jones?
It's a good question.
He looks like one of his students in class trying to make up a bullshit answer.
No, it's between Bo and Daniel Jones. I think Daniel Jones has the potential to maybe he has some receivers. I don't believe in that O-line at all. I don't know what the hell their running game is going to be. So I think he's just going to be throwing the ball or running a lot. So yeah, I think Bo has potential. It's just you don't know what that offense is going to look like yet. But I think that Jones can put up a decent stat line. I don't think it's going to light the world on fire, but yeah, I don't trust the Steelers QB situation whatsoever.
But we're riding. Come on.
We're riding so hard.
Listen, Daniel Jones can run 80 yards and then fall down, but that still counts. It still counts as stats. So,
what is this? What is this allegation right here?
Diaper
allegation.
That's all. That's all. This guy. I have nothing to do with anything else.
I need clarification on this. This sounds
like saying something. Are you telling me something that I don't know?
Just by how Brandon is laughing right now, I know this is going to be awful. So go ahead and
I forgot about
state
that.
Your case.
That's the thing. When you talk a lot, you forget what you say. Forget.
How convenient over there.
Honestly, I don't even remember anything except for saying you wear a diaper. Oh, we should start a rumor that 5 points wears a diaper. That's what it was. Yeah. Like we should just start a rumor about somebody from Clickbait, and then I said, let's just say Adam wears a diaper.
5 points diapers. That would be. It rolls off the tongue.
Yeah,
that would probably be a smart move because I mean,
because I think I was saying you could say anything and make it true. Like if you just say it and convince enough people to retweet it, it could be true. People will then believe it, and it won't matter if it's not true. They'll just be like, "Oh yeah, diaper wearing guy, 5 points."
Who leads in picks? Ooh,
that is a good question. For the record, I do wear a diaper, so it's true. It's not a false rumor.
Right.
Who leads the league in picks? Gosh, it's got to be like a healthy Anthony Richardson, right? Like a guy that is just going to be out there gunslinging and not really caring. I would think it would be an AR.
I think Anthony Richardson is just going to be injured for about half the season just because of the way he plays.
Whoa.
That's the problem.
Is it going to be Jacoby Brissett because he just wants to not be the starter anymore and is like, please get me from out behind this offensive line that is trying to kill me, please?
Sure. I am going to say it's going to be either Josh. Yeah, it's me. Praise to Jesus. Nice. God kill me. I think it's either going to be a couple wild cards, Trevor Lawrence or Josh Allen.
Ooh. Wow. Yeah, Josh Allen's the safe answer because
Trevor Lawrence has a low-key turnover issue. If you actually look at a lot of the stats, he has the most turnovers over the last 3 years.
Yeah, he fumbles a lot. T-Law.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's you got to look at guys who are going to throw at a high rate. Yep, I think you assume it's a bad quarterback, but the
usually good quarterbacks have INTs.
Yeah. Allen. Mahomes had higher picks.
Jalen Hurts, I think, had a lot of fumbles too.
Herbert, Joe Burrow, any of those guys could be in that like department. Let me bring up who led last year. This is a fun question.
Sam Howell.
Ooh.
Sam Howell led last year because
Did
he
he
threw a
lead?
lot of picks and gave up a lot of
Yeah.
sacks.
I just thought it was sacks. I didn't realize. Was he number one?
Well, he collapsed in the second half of last year. That's why he got benched. Like he went from the potential future of quarterback to get the hell out.
If only Scooter were here to see Rain
My
Dakota
God, can you
Prescott.
imagine he'd lead? By the way, the whole Jerry Jones, Dak Prescott thing, and like Jones went on this whole thing about Dak Prescott loving the work ethic, blah, blah, blah. But then they asked Dak Prescott, like, you know, what do you think about Jerry Jones's comments? And he's like, I just don't even listen to them anymore. I've learned to not realize that they don't hold a lot of weight. I was like, that's good. Everything's fine.
Yeah.
He's the best GM though. He's the best
Watch
GM.
him.
Yeah,
He
he still thinks he's a GM.
What can happen is Dak will go off like week 1, 4 tutties, no innies, like just a
Told you,
complete.
Sam Howell.
Yeah, it was Sammy Howell. And then,
Josh, I think, had 7 fumbles. So, yeah, I think he had 25 total turnovers.
I think Lawrence led because he had
Did-
like I
in
think it was
turnovers?
like 13 turnovers or 13 fumbles.
Lawrence had
Daniel
that many
Jones.
fumbles lost?
He had a
If Danny
lot.
Dimes had been healthy, he would have led in both categories
Yeah.
last year. He was not. I mean,
Actually,
he is a fumbling.
No, the one who would have led was Mac Jones. It was bad.
Mac Jones was a fumble machine.
And a
look.
turnover machine.
Just 8 for Russ.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to throw Matthew Stafford in there possibly.
Ooh.
Stafford.
He's gonna get banged up
That's
though. He
spicy.
takes a lot of hits. I don't know how much longer we see
No, he's going to
Matthew
be
Stafford
fine.
out there.
He's going to be fine.
His offensive line's improved this year. Like last year was a lot better than it was the year before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If Howell
What-
were
what-
starting this year,
Oh yeah, he'd be up there.
yeah, I
That's
think,
the thing.
yeah, maybe Tree's right. Maybe it is Trevor Lawrence.
It could be Jaden Daniels. That's a good. Or dude, Bryce Young might throw a lot of picks.
I mean,
They
it
might
depends
ask
on the
him
team
to
around
do
him.
more.
Oh,
might
Will
ask
Levis
him
is
to
a
do
good
more.
bet too.
Ooh, that's a good
Will
one.
Levis
Will
wouldn't be
Levis is a
bad
good
one.
bet. He'll start all year. I think he's got a lot of growing to do still. He's not scared. And I think the Titans are going to try and throw more.
I don't.
like
I don't
Will
think.
Levis.
I think Caleb Williams is going to be good. I think Caleb Williams will have like maybe 10 INTs max. Like I think he's going to be a lot better than people think, for sure. Even with the Chicago Bear fan hype train that's rolling along. Tom, what do you think? How do you think Aaron Rodgers is going to do this year?
The way that again, it's all about just if he stays healthy, right? Like that's the big if in the room is the offensive line protect him.
Yeah.
I think he's one of the best quarterbacks the Jets have ever seen. I think it's just the way that they were able to win football games last year with barely any offense, and their defense was really, really good. Aaron Rodgers coming in, and even if he is not elite anymore, and I'm not saying he isn't, but let's just say he's not even elite. Even if he's great, or even if he's just significantly better than Zach Wilson, like they're gonna win football games. So I mean, Garrett Wilson's gonna have over 1,000 yards again because he gets it with anybody who's throwing the football. Breece Hall should be really good. It just comes down to that O-line. So like I am very high on Rodgers and the Jets this year, just because I've seen Rodgers play all this time. And the last time we saw him, besides running out with the American flag for 4 snaps, was that he still played pretty well, but had a broken thumb since the Giants game. So yeah, no, I think if he could stay healthy, I think they're gonna win games.
I think it's more or less with Rodgers. I think he's going to taper off a little bit. I don't think he's going to be elite. My question is, like, I think can he at least be league average? Because if he can be league average, the Jets will make the playoffs just because they have everything else.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, like league average too. Again, they were able to win with the QBs that they had, who were not very good.
Yeah.
And then you bring in Aaron Rodgers with all the baggage and all. We're just talking about on the field. The guy can play football really well.
Yeah, I
Problem
think
is,
they have a shot.
in the tank. It's
good.
They have a shot at
winning.
winning that division too, which is crazy.
and the sad part. I mean, it's understandable. New England's in the tank. Buffalo and Miami, they gutted their rosters because of cap constraints and a bad defense. So it's
I mean,
understandable.
the Jets have a good defense. It's not.
Jets have a great defense.
Rodgers is
They have
going
great skill
to
players.
break Jets fans' hearts in the postseason. He's
I'm
going to
sure
be
that's
so
gonna
good.
Yeah, that is
going
going to happen.
so good all year long. He's going to stay healthy. He's going to light it up. I was just thinking about this. I was watching, I think, some Aaron Rodgers highlights, and I was like, Jesus, fuck. That guy was so good. Was so good in his prime. I used to love Aaron Rodgers so much. And then he got kind of annoying, and he could have been annoying as long as he was healthy and playing. And you'd still be like, oh, he's still good. But the fact that he got kind of annoying, but then also wasn't playing, you're just like, oh, yeah, he probably can't play anymore. But I think he's going to be healthy. I think he plays his best football just out of spite. And it's hard because he was hurt all last year. And like Tom said, like even his last year in Green Bay, he was banged up with little injuries. So I don't even think that was 100%. He's 40. So it's a dicey. It's very risky to say he will stay healthy. But I think he's gonna mess up some stuff.
Ooh, I have a topic that we can talk about. Apparently, Groper Cleveland got his contract restructured.
What Notre Dame is, whatever. I mean, Texas A&M sucks. That's not a compliment.
Yeah.
Good. Give it to Tree.
Here you go.
Please.
Here's one for you, Parker.
Give it to Tree.
Please.
What is he
I
doing?
gotta bring out the Jeebus. I need all the Jeebus here. Oh, good Lord.
The Jeebus bomb. So Deshaun Watson gets his contract. Oh, nice. Oh.
This
Look
is
at that.
original.
Not bad.
Oh, that's real?
Fighting Irish, Notre Dame we are. Rudy Rudiger was a fraud. We're the Irish touchdown team. That's their official song. But I love the Irish.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's
honestly,
crazy
like
that there's a school that is for just one type of like.
Actually,
just
I have
for
no
the Irish.
allegiance to them, but this thing is very cool.
If there was a school that only Italians went to, what school would that be?
Gabagool University.
Tommy DeVito
For
College
Asians.
of
Yeah,
AO.
Yeah.
it would be in
Hoboken, New Jersey.
I
it'd
think
be in
Perna,
Sal's meat shop, right?
Sal's meat shop. Perna just tweeted about this today. Was it today, Perna? That you're just like, it is true. The fact that they're putting Rodgers on Monday Night Football.
Oh my God, yeah.
Like, again. And it's just, nobody's wishing harm or injury.
No.
But good God, if
And the craziest part,
hilarious.
Leonard Floyd plays for the 49ers
yeah, he's the
now.
guy who did it. I mean, do you think that's the schedule maker just being like, you know what, screw Aaron Rodgers?
I think
You know what?
Roger
We
Goodell
need to
had
double
one
up.
request.
Yeah,
We need
one
to double up.
request.
We need to sign Anthony Barr for one game.
Oh, come on.
Yes. Yes, he's still
Goodell
active.
sent over an email to the programmers. He was like, "Can you make sure that Aaron Rodgers is on week one on Monday night? Thank you." I was talking about Deshaun Watson getting his contract restructured. Apparently, they freed up $34 million, and now the Browns have 50 some odd million. A lot of speculation that it might be for Ayuk, but I don't think so. I don't think that's even close.
the
I
only
think
thing
they're
would be
just trying to save cap room.
They already paid Jerry Jeudy, and the problem is they have a lot of guys to extend over the past offseason. I mean, I feel like it wouldn't be Ayuk because you already have Amari Cooper. Like, would you flip Amari Cooper for Ayuk? You'd only be getting younger at that regard.
Well, I mean, that's because Schefter was the one who said, like, maybe the Browns are in play again. And back when the Browns were a possibility, it was Amari Cooper going to the 49ers. So that would have to be part of it, I think. But who knows?
I'm just
It's weird.
I'm just tired of waiting for Ayuk because he was supposed to be a Steeler like a month ago.
Yeah,
I'm
we're
still
done.
waiting on a random video. And our wide receiver 2 right now is Van Jefferson. So Brandon, it'd be nice if like either you shit or get off the pot, please. So I mean, we don't even have Juju Smith-Schuster we can fall back on now. He's in Kansas City. Like, are we going back to Chase Claypool? No. Like, I don't know what they do at wide receiver. Like, Roman Wilson's been injured most of the preseason. Calvin Austin's more of a returner. He could be a gadget player, but he's more of a slot option. Scotty Miller. I mean, is Kevin King? I mean, you can go up against Kevin King all the time, but just the wide receiver room's pretty. It's pretty thin.
You don't need a second receiver with Russell Wilson. He's gonna throw it to George Pickens and George Pickens only, baby.
Right. He's
Hey,
only
hey,
making one
I'll
read
take it, yeah.
anyways. Yeah.
I mean,
he's just
Justin
like,
Fields the
oh,
same
that's
way.
my
Hey.
read. I'm going to take a sack. I'm interested in the fuzzy math that they use to defer this money for Watson. He's probably going to get like a Bobby Bonilla type payout where they're paying him until like 2056 or something.
That, or they're converting his salary to bonus. I mean, that could be it too, like with like an Aaron Rodgers situation too. I know he took a bit of a pay cut. It could be just sometimes with restructures, they take away cap, but they convert that to bonus.
Yeah, but the
It's
cap
bonus
weird.
doesn't
has to
count
be
against the
accounted
cap.
for later, right?
Yeah,
still
they
have to be
restructure
accounted
it
for?
down the road. So like
Yeah.
it slowly like goes down. That's the issue New Orleans has right now.
It's such crap. It's such like, why have rules if no one's going to follow them? It does
Yeah.
not. I mean,
Buffalo did get punished. They were 40 million over. They had to cut a lot of players.
yeah, I'm just saying, like, I guess it makes sense, to if a player wants to choose that option and defer payments, but it always sounds like circumventing the rules to me when they do this kind of crap. But
I feel
whatever.
like the issue is like if they keep like they don't do that, then everyone's just getting cut and re-signing everywhere else. There'd just be a bunch of shuffling. So I think they're trying to avoid that.
What if Bo sucks, Brandon? What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do if Bo Nick sucks?
Don't even ask me.
My question is like, did you have this hype for Paxton Lynch?
When Paxton Lynch was initially drafted, yeah. I was ignorant back then.
I mean, you might still be.
Back then?
The opium's really
Yeah.
high in Denver.
Yeah, but with Paxton Lynch, there was not like a rush to start him, and all of like the news through like training camp and everything was that he wasn't ready. Like they were gonna go with Trevor Siemian until Paxton Lynch was ready, and then like just watching. I've actually paid like really close attention to training camp that year, and it was pretty clear like he had issues. So I remember that was the first time I found myself arguing with Broncos fans about quarterbacks. I was like, he's not better than Trevor Siemian, and it became like divisive. Be like, are you a Lynch guy or a Siemian guy? Which in hindsight means nothing. You're a fan
Somebody
of not
took
having
100.
a quarterback, really.
Mhm.
Lord Taco, you son of a bitch!
Oh wow!
You know how many tacos?
The hundos are flowing. It's like a
Dude,
shit.
I'm so happy.
That bottle
Please,
service.
Lord
The
Taco,
hundos are flowing.
thank you, dude. Thank you.
Ooh, who
Oh,
got
bless
this?
you,
Who
Lord
did Yankees
Taco.
fan
Let's
blast?
go, please.
No.
Please.
No.
Tree needs to lose one of these days. I just bought the Aaron Jones Vikings jersey. Come on,
I
man.
still owe the OnlyFans. And I got to get the sweaty Russell Wilson thing.
Let's go.
You guys have got to
Yeah.
shore up your punishments
Yeah.
before during week one. Just you guys are overdue.
Dude, I am already cramped to hell and back.
Mhm.
I do
I know Helen
expect
back.
Bo Nix to not be good.
Woo,
Early.
Lord Taco.
You're just saying that because you want him to be good, and you're just like
I
you're
don't know,
just
Colonel
how
No,
I
I
Winston,
said.
think
though.
I think we've only got to watch him against subpar defensive competition through the preseason. And I think it's going to be a wake-up call for the first month of football. I don't think he's going to look great. I think he's going to be good by the end of the season.
Scooter, we're not. The only thing we're talking about with the Cowboys is that you still have to pay Dak. He is probably gone, and have fun trying to pay Micah Parsons when you screwed him over with the fifth-year option.
Oh, is that
Scooter
real?
did
Oh, McGrouper.
no Scooter McGrouper. He's the fish version of Scooter.
Yeah.
He's-
Lord Taco, I'm going to buy 200 tacos now. You sly son of a gun.
Oh.
Scooter's in Amsterdam, by the way,
He
and
did-
we should have put up a fund to punish Scooter.
And it's
to
not
force
me
him to
again,
do
thank God.
legal drugs in Amsterdam. That's what I wanted today.
That would be
That's
funny
Super
for
Bowl.
Scooter. How much
Scooter
would you
tripping
pay to
balls
watch
on Clickbait
Yes.
Sports?
Scooter eat some mushrooms and then film it? Like he would just be like, I don't know what's going on. He'd be like, guys, I can see my hand. Bros, I can see my hand. It's in front of me. And that would just be Scooter on drugs.
Whoever
No.
said crying wolf
You
doesn't
got-
pay off is wrong.
Low taco papers. I mean, dude, it's
Crying
you
wolf
guys
got
are bailing me out.
cash. You got cash money. What the hell?
Do we have anything else? I think this is the last week of items. Oh my gosh.
Oh no, it's me. Oh,
Oh yeah, thanks, Asmo. See,
Adam the
congrats,
Diaper
and I
Man.
don't have to.
Oh, next episode. We should
Congrats on
punish
riding
Adam,
your
and we should
only
make him
grand.
wear a diaper the whole episode.
Ooh, if you punish, that could be a punishment where I have to wear a diaper.
Have to wear a diaper the whole
will
episode, and you
accept.
have to use it. You have to
I have
use
to use it. I have to
I
just
gotta
go.
bring out the Jeebus for Asmo. Hopefully that won't put me over the edge.
I have to ask. All right.
Thank God. Thank God.
How often, like, do you guys, like, this might be a little personal question, but as a man, how often do you say slip one
Before
past-
you even finish that, I do love how if I was like, all right, does anyone else have anything to talk about? And then it's just like, you know what, guys, as a man, like, I don't know where this is going, but I'm very curious to see what the
Buckle up,
destination is.
Bird gang.
Destination. We need GPS to guide us.
I'm just saying.
We're gonna be guiding us somewhere. Go ahead, Five.
Hey.
All right, I will continue. As men, as we get older, our level of keeping a fart clean. There's often accidents as a man where you find something a little more than you bargained for down in your shorts. And I just want to know how often this happens. How often do you guys shit your pants?
I did
Like,
it when
is
I was
once-
16. 16,
Okay,
that was the last time I did it. That was
That's
the
the
last
last
time I did it
time.
when I was
How do you
16.
get pants when you're 16?
So what happened was, this is a true story. So I when I was 16 years old, I was walking out of the library where I had my job, and I had just got my learner's permit. And I was walking out, and I was like, I got to fart. Might as well fart before I leave work, right? Just like later, suckers. And it was not one. There was more than a fart in there. And my dad pulled up the Toyota Sienna that we had, and he was like, Tom, you just got your permit. Do you want to drive home? And I was like, no, I don't. And I sat like this, like literally on my leg the entire time. And I was like, it's been a long day at work. I got to go shower. I threw those jeans right into the shower. And since then, nay, you don't trust a fart.
Did you bury the underwear?
No, I just cleaned it like a person.
Did we talk about this on GPS one day?
We definitely did talk about the last time we pooped our pants. Five, is this happening often? Because it sounds like
Five question because it happened to me not that long ago, like 2 years ago.
I mean,
And
you
then
probably
maybe a
shit
year
yourself
before
when
that.
you were
Yeah.
probably when you found out Russell Wilson was going to.
It happens so often
happens.
in my life that my brother and I have an entire protocol for when it happens. Like, you have to call the other party immediately.
holy crap, you
when
do
it-
need to wear a diaper. Like, we weren't wrong.
Yeah, we were- that was so
Parna, you
right.
picked the
I'm saying
right person to spread that rumor about.
Nice.
It probably hasn't happened in about 3 years, which is a good run. Like, you know how that you have that.
Bro, it's 3 years. I'm
3 years
embarrassed
since
for
our
saying
last
that.
accident. Like, I'm gonna put that on the wall.
Yeah.
Like, how many days since our last accident? Listen,
We
sometimes if you're a purveyor of spicy food, of exotic food,
Nay,
of-
BS, dude. No, I have
You
a,
don't eat
I have
real
a
food, Tom.
cabinet.
You don't
full
know.
of- I have a cabinet full of at least 30 different hot sauces. I love spicy food. I ain't pooping my pants, buddy. That might be a medical thing.
Yeah,
There we go.
it was.
Yeah,
We
I
definitely
think that's
talked
just you
about it
being
before.
old, and this is officially turned into the dumpster fire light right now. So
I'm
mean-
just saying, sometimes you just get more than you bargain for, and you're just like, all right, I'm gonna unleash a good one.
Is
this And you more get- than and it- you and it's just a bargained little-
for, yeah? Oh.
Shark.
Yes, it's definitely a fallout situation happening down there.
Yeah.
And you're just like, oh my gosh. This happened one time though. I was driving from work. I went out to lunch. I got pho. I was not feeling well. I was sitting in my car driving back to work. This was when I worked in corporate. I'm wearing a suit, and I tried to squeeze one out, and all I heard was, and I was like, fuck, I've got a meeting. Like, I'm coming back and I've got a meeting. So I pull up to my job.
Boxers or
And
boxer briefs? What are we rocking with?
Boxers. by
Oh,
the
so it's
way.
loose. Oh, that's
So
rough.
yeah, it's
Not even
running.
being
It's a
contained.
leg runner. Like, it is an escaped inmate. It has gone it's headed for the sock. I get into the bathroom. I stealthily remove my underwear. No one has No one has come into the bathroom, but like I run across the bathroom, throw the underwear in the trash receptacle, and then run back, and that's when I heard someone opening the door, and I'm not sure to this day whether they caught me closing the door behind me, but there was definitely a half-naked man running in the bathroom, returning to his pants. Then I went and did the meeting, and it was very productive.
My question is, Five, why do you keep damning yourself like this? First, it's the shed story. Now it's this. You're just adding ammo for us to use against you.
Like, Five, do you have IBS? Like, no shame. Like, is
No,
that
I
why
don't
you're
have
pooping?
IBS. That was about 10
You
years
shouldn't be
ago.
pooping your
It
pants
was
that much,
just-
buddy. Like, I'm embarrassed that I did it 17 years ago and was like, oh, yeah, when I was 16, I'm too old to be pooping my pants.
Listen, if you are someone who loves farting as much as I
Please
do,
don't be me. Please, God, don't be me.
No.
Let's go!
No.
Let's go!
No.
let's go.
Damn it, Yankees fan.
Come on now.
Come on, we Yankee playoffs.
I'm just saying, I enjoy.
Please,
Who
Lord
does not
Taco,
I work
enjoy?
on the Super Bowl.
Please.
I work on the
All right,
Super
I'll-
Bowl.
Maybe that's what it was for me.
Still Super Bowl.
Mhm.
Oh, my God.
I'm just saying, sometimes you want a good strong fart, and sometimes you put a little bit too much
No,
effort
but-
into it.
But I
That's
don't risk
all-
it
that's
then.
all
If
I'm
I
saying.
am not
No
near a
risk
bat,
it, no
I ain't gonna
biscuit,
risk it.
baby. No risk it, no
I'm-
biscuit.
no risk it, no biscuit.
What was
Yes.
what's funny? Okay, so we talked about this in my Patreon meetings, then,
Son of a-
and poor Kirsten, only woman in there,
Mhm.
does not understand. But
OLQ.
slowly, I felt like every single dude in the Zoom hangout was like, you know what? Actually, this happened to me. And by the end of the conversation, I would say we got about a 90% hit rate of guys.
90?
To show,
Yeah, dudes,
Yeah,
it
was
happens. More,
empowering.
it's more of a male thing. I
Empowering
don't
for
think.
the men.
Why are
I
you
do feel
pooping your
bad for Kirsten.
pants?
Yeah.
I don't.
It's well. The problem is it presents itself as a fart. It presents it. It's a liar.
Yes.
At
Yeah.
some
It's a
point,
liar.
experience has to kick in and go, you know what? I've crapped my pants 18 times since I was.
Well, here's the thing:
20.
you gotta slowly squeeze it out. You can't just let it rip, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you
That
can't
makes
just
it
like
a lot
unleash
easier
the
because
flow.
then you realize it's like, oh crap, it's actually a poop. I gotta go. That's the reality.
You guys have never had angry dragons. You've never had like severe diarrhea. You've never had
yeah.
like
Dude,
uncontrollable.
I was in
Dude.
Mexico and I got sick for 4 days and I couldn't stop pooping for 6 hours straight.
Yeah.
None of it made it in the pants still.
Do you ever have watery diarrhea? It is the worst feeling in the world, dude.
Okay.
You're not
It goes
farting
in the
with that.
toilet!
shit. Exactly.
Go to the toilet!
Oh boy.
Can we end this show? Can we just? I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
and you're the
that I
one that
did.
brought this up, Five.
You know what? Yeah, you're the guys, this is getting a little much now. Says
it's like,
the
oh,
guy
it's getting
who's
too
like,
much.
last
Oh, no, you
Thursday I
should
had a
chill.
stinker, and
yeah, go to
I was
fucking
at an
sin, jack
Applebee's
off.
bathroom, and oh
and
boy,
I can
I
swear
didn't make it
Scooter's
there.
not here.
Good God. No, I don't want to do one. No, there's too much poop. Someone else talk. I'm done.
You know what it is?
It's 20. Yeah, it's apparently it's in the 20. How many times have you pooped, Five? How many times do you think it's got in the pants? Like
In
just
my
a
life?
roundabout.
Back.
I mean, yeah, in your life. How many besides baby
Oh my
times,
God,
you know,
I
and when you're a
go
child?
and go to the-
I mean, frequent. I would say it's like maybe
And if
5
I'm doing
times.
stuff in
5
there-
times. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
There's one time where we-
I don't know what we're doing anymore.
There
don't-
was one time when we were furniture shopping, and I accidentally squeezed one, and then my wife was like, at the time, was like,
She's right.
"Well, you were in there for a really long time." And I was like,
It's like they had
and
great
the-
deals.
Yeah, her and the sales associate noted how long I had been gone, and I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Furniture, let's go shop now."
God.
Oh Lord, this is
All right. I got $5.98 for all the poop stories that I contributed to the show. I only got $5.98.
You can buy a diaper.
No, the
Yeah,
show has
okay.
jumped the shart. It has jumped the shark.
Ooh.
I
we
don't
jumped the
know.
shark when we started, dude.
Yeah, I don't know.
313.
Okay.
Pernin just made a couple $100 from Lord Taco, and he's like,
Yeah,
"Thanks,
yeah.
buddy," and he gets
Lord
to
Taco,
eat
It's like, I'm happy. I don't get to be punished.
dignity intact. I
Okay.
think I lost, Tree. I think I lost.
Tree, read yours, Tree.
Hey, what's the first number?
7.
I won! Yes! $627.94. We already read it. Goodbye.
No.
Yard right now.
No.
Tree has been killed. Interesting.
I think
Nothing
Tree
counts.
should do.
Nothing else counts.
Should say.
Just want to make it very
please.
clear. Nothing else counts. They were all red.
God, I'm gonna shit myself right now. Oh, why am I shorting?
Should Tree have to say Broncos country, let's weld, or Steelers country, let's weld, like for 10 minutes straight?
Bro, so what'd you get? 700 something, Tree?
$750.
Yeah.
That's a big punishment.
yeah, we got to think
It
of
is
a
a
good
big
one.
punishment.
Yeah.
We got to think of a good one.
I
This
think you
sounds
should.
like a video punishment.
I mean, we could do it with something with Notre Dame.
I already did a Notre Dame video. I'm not doing one again.
Okay.
I
I was saying punishment related to.
Does Sierra have any new songs?
Should Tree have to do a Sierra dance routine? Like one of he should have to
Ooh.
recreate one of
Now
Sierra's
we could be
little meme
cooking.
things?
We could be
yes.
cooking.
That would be tough.
Yes.
That would be very
Mhm.
hard.
All right.
Sierra, he's got to do a Sierra. Let's go to her little Instagram here.
Oh Lord.
Sierra.
Oh my God, burrow hair.
Oh, the bleach blonde. Oh no.
Wow.
kinda like that.
$700. I mean, you
I
just
like
get the
that.
temporary one and it's fine. That's good.
Oh Lord.
That is
Oh,
really good.
That's good.
And he's got to film the process and the before and after. Yes.
Just you have it one day for
Tree-
clickbait and then you can wash it out.
All
No,
right.
he's got to keep it a week. Got to keep it a week.
Week is
I think he'd
long.
actually look good with it. I think he'd look pretty decent.
Yeah.
I mean, I have
5
a-
point.
You got to keep it a week, and you got to get invited to one of Russell Wilson's Saturday night Bible studies.
Bible stuff. Dude, Russell Wilson has his own shit. I mean, I'd probably be going to the one in Moon.
Just show up. Just show up.
It's like, hey guys,
Joe Burrow hair next week. That's right. Joe Burrow hair.
Joe Burrow hair, that's a good one.
I'm cosplaying as Ezekiel from The Boys.
oh nice. I like. There you go. There you go.
There you go.
There you go.
Mhm.
I mean, he was a total hypocrite who
Oh
was
my
totally
God.
against everything against the Bible, but it
That
works.
actually would be that's if you brought a giant stuffed animal to like a really nice restaurant and just sat down like Russell and just like talked to it the entire time. That would that
How about
just,
a Russell? No. How about a Russell Wilson body pillow? And he puts it in the chair across from him, and he just
He's
talks
like,
to it like
you
it's
guys want an autograph? Don't worry, we take pictures all the time.
okay, save that for a different time, but Burrow hair this time. And
Burrow
then,
hair is good.
yeah.
Partner, what do you got coming out, buddy?
Tonight, well, no, Larry Fitzgerald episode already up on YouTube. Check
There
it
you go.
out.
All
Larry
right.
Legend.
5.
I've got sick high school football stadiums coming up right after this. Dude, there are some stadiums in Texas that make Division I stadiums look like garbage, and they are freaking sick. Sick. I cannot believe how good these stadiums are that you're about to see.
Hell yeah.
Well,
Drake.
I've got Haters Guide to the AFC coming out Friday. Problem is, it's going to be a couple days until NFC. I've got a bunch of family reunions this weekend. I'm one on Saturday. I'm hosting one on Sunday, so I'm doing a bunch of cleaning for that. So that'll probably I won't be able to get NFC out until Tuesday, probably.
Sorry, just in time for
it's,
football.
I will, but I want to get.
Put out a big video yesterday. Doing the Patreon members Q&A tonight at 6:30. We're rocking. Football next
That was
weekend is
far
gonna be
away, Tom.
crazy.
A Packers fan reacts to him shitting himself. That's the next video.
Hasn't happened since I was 16, guys. Apparently it's real common. So I feel, you know what? I feel better. I feel vindicated now. So
You should feel better. You have a good sphincter on
That's
you.
it.
You're lucky. You're blessed. Some of us don't have that.
keep it right,
Okay.
keep it tight.
Can we end the show? I gotta go take a shit.
Bye.
You would,
Just go.
No, shut
Apparently
yourself.
it just
Bob.
happened.
I
I
mean,
just
you
say-
do that